His murder trial was difficult enough to watch, but for the mother of twin daughters left by their father in a hot car, the pain may not be over.
Now, the Fox 5 I-team says a new trial could be granted because of allegations a state lawmaker was, quote, woefully unprepared to represent Asa North.
Fox 5's I-team reporter Randy Travis joins us now with more on this very sad story.
It is sad, Russ and Sinead. Yeah, Pamela Stevenson told me she thought she did a good job, even getting her client out on bond for the nearly 2 years before the case went to trial. But it's what happened during that trial that troubles the defendant's family and the victim's mother, who is clearly still grieving.
Guilty or not guilty, criminal trials are supposed to provide some sort of ending.
I was appalled and I was so shocked at what was going on.
But you will find no closure for the defendant's family.
It's hard.
Or for the mother of 2 little girls who died in such a horrible way.
I'm just ready for it all to be over with.
That day has not yet come. Brielle Ellis's nightmare started in August 2016 when the father of her twin 16-month-old daughters, Ariel and Alaynah, was accused of leaving them in a hot car outside his Carrollton home. Asa North would first be charged with misdemeanor involuntary manslaughter. The charge is upgraded to second-degree murder after investigators say North's blood showed he was legally impaired and had recently smoked marijuana. The family hired Pamela Stevenson to represent him, a 4-term state representative who also practices law. At first, North's family seemed impressed with their attorney.
But then when we got to court, there was something happened. I don't know exactly what happened, but something did happen.
According to recently filed court motions, Ms. Stevenson did not subpoena a single witness. She repeatedly talked on her cell phone, including during opening statements. Her client said Stevenson did not tell me she was going to call me as a witness or prepare me to testify at trial. 2 family members said in their affidavits the judge asked attorney Stevenson if she was on pills.
But perhaps the strangest moment came on the first day of testimony. The judge took a break around 11 o'clock in the morning, and according to these witness affidavits, Pamela Stevenson left the courthouse, didn't tell anyone where she was going, and did not return until after 5, after the judge had dismissed the jury for the day.
Ms. Stevenson originally agreed to meet with the Fox 5 I-team, but canceled minutes before the interview. Earlier by phone, she said she had a medical appointment on that day and thought the judge and DA were aware she was running late. Bad weather, she says, delayed her return. She told us she was only taking antibiotics during the trial. And as far as her defense strategy goes, she still thinks it was sound.
This is State versus Asa North.
It took the jury a little more than an hour to find North guilty of 2 counts of second-degree murder and cruelty to children. He faces 60 years in prison.
There's not a single interview note. There's not a single list of potential witnesses.
The family has hired another attorney, Gary Bunch, to argue for a new trial.
It's just a complete dereliction of duty by the defense counsel.
Judge William Hamrick agreed to wait until the trial transcript was back before scheduling a sentencing date. That also gives Bunch time to prepare a motion for a new trial.
I agree his last lawyer wasn't good at all. She was barely there.
She still calls North a good father, but won't say if she wants him convicted of murder. She misses her only children dearly and is just now realizing this part of her nightmare is still not over. The end, still not written.
It's just a lot on me. Nobody ever know how I feel. I get so depressed. Nobody ever know how I feel. And I gotta keep going through this. And it'll probably be another year. I'm tired of going through it.
Well, on the stand, Asa North suggested strangers might have come into his house, taken the 2 girls, and placed them in the car without his knowledge. His family says that he has suffered from mental and psychiatric issues for years. But again, no psychiatrist was called by the defense for his case.
Your heart goes out to the children's mother. You can hear that pain in her voice.
Yeah, it's just terrible. So do they know what happened after this trial? Was there any sort of established fact of the matter?
No, we don't know how long the babies were there because by the time the emergency crews got there, he had put the babies in a swimming pool to try to cool them down, and they had already passed away apparently by that point. Now, the mom has talked to him several times since he was arrested, and she says, she's asked, what happened?
Right.
What happened?
Sure.
Tell me, give me some answers here.
Sure.
And she says he's told her, I don't remember. I may have had a seizure. I don't remember.
It is just sad in every possible way.
It certainly is.
Randy, thanks.
Okay.